Okay guys, so I really didn't feel like doing my hair, but this is a video that I have to make, and yes, my camera was stolen. Okay, so I'm gonna make this video as short as I can, but basically right now, I'm using my camera. That shows you that it wasn't like forever stolen. I'll get into all that. You're gonna wanna stick to the end if you wanna hear this whole story. Okay, so it started off on a Friday, Cinco de Mayo. I was actually in this room, and I was going to my dad's house, and we were going to go to a Mexican place, and we usually do stuff like on Saturday. I had soccer in the morning, and then we were going to go do something and make a video. So I thought, okay, I'll throw my camera into this red bag, this red Under Armour bag, which they don't even sell anymore, but I used that as like my man purse bag where I kept everything, so I threw it in there. And basically, I had that, my wallet, I had a bunch of other stuff, and so I grabbed that and I went to my dad's house, and then we went out to, we originally were going to a Mexican place. We went to On the Border, and it ended up being like a 3-hour wait, so we ended up going back to closer to our house to Fiesta Olé. Went there, and it was about an 1.5 to 2-hour wait. So we were like, okay, that's better. Put in our name, and then right next to that is a Wendy's, where I still had my bag on, and I still had everything in it, and I take that everywhere. And basically I always say basically, I'm going to start saying practically. So practically we went over to Wendy's, and we just got Frosties to hold us over, and which is like practically that ice cream, and we got fries, and we were hanging out there for a little bit trying to kill time. And then we ended up going back about 45 minutes later across the street to Fiesta Olé, where we kind of were rushing out, thinking that our table would be ready, which it wasn't even ready. So that's the only reason that I actually ended up leaving my bag there. My bag that had my camera, my wallet with my debit card, my hundreds of dollars in gift cards, and yeah, I left it in Wendy's in the corner. And then we went across to Fiesta Olé, and I didn't even realize until about an hour later. I'm like, I thought it was under the table at our table at Fiesta Olé. I'm like, how did I not even realize I don't have my bag where I take everywhere? Where could I have went? So I freaked out. I ran out to the car where I went for like a second. I went to the car, and I thought it'd be right in the passenger seat there, but I went in right when I didn't see it. That's like when my heart dropped. I'm like, shoot, now I'm in trouble. I don't know where this is. So then I went over to Wendy's, and right away we asked the people, we're like, did you have a bag? And they were like, no. And then people in the back corner overheard us, actually some kid from my school, and a few of his friends. They were like, somebody just walked out, and they were just sitting in that corner, exactly where we were sitting. They were like, they just walked out with a red bag. And right away I'm like, no way. And then we were like, how long ago? And they were like, just like 5 minutes ago. So we ran out looking for the guy, and then we ended up asking the Wendy's workers if they knew who that was, and they knew exactly who it was. And it's actually this kid I don't want to give too much information about him, but he was 19, been arrested quite a few times, and was just this like not a very good kid, obviously. And it was just disappointing to know that he had my bag. And I was just freaking out. I'm like, dang it. Like, but on the other hand, which I'm going to make a whole new video about, I've been working my butt off all spring, cutting lawns. I'm cutting like 6, 7, I think I'm up to like 9 lawns a week now. That's why I haven't been able to make a lot of videos, because anyway, I made $1,000 and put it all towards a DSLR, a Canon 70D, which I'm going to make a video about. But that's why I wasn't flipping out about the camera, because I'm getting that. I'm making this Sunday. It's probably going to be out tomorrow. But the camera was coming in on Monday. Okay, so now we left off at knowing this kid walked out, and we were in Wendy's at this point. So right away we're like, should we drive around? So we quickly start driving around trying to find the kid. And we realized they said, but then my brother messaged his friend who is also 19, and right away he said, Yeah, we'll call the kid who stole my bag, we'll call him Robert, okay? Robert is his name. It's not actually, but that's what we're going to call it. So we asked my brother's friend if he knew this Robert, and he said right away, he texted back, yeah, I fought this kid in high school. And then we were like, oh, so he's definitely like a trouble kid. So so we had my brother's friend message the guy, and then he ended up sending us a picture of him so we knew what he looked like. And the kid, this picture he sent us, kid has 3 blunts in his mouth with weed, rum in one hand, wine in the other. So he's smoking 3 blunts with wine, and the kid's 19, and we're like, oh my god. So he tells us that he knows where he lives, and he lived behind Wendy's. I don't want to give away anything more than that, but like across the train tracks. And so we were like, okay, we gotta go find this. So we go over, and it's like 10 o'clock, and it's pitch black, and we're like, we're not gonna end up finding it. We're gonna find his house. We could have, but we're not gonna knock on the guy's door. It wasn't safe. So we ended up going back to Wendy's and calling the police, where the police met us there. We ended up, so as you can see on the screen, we're talking to this police. Really nice guy. I really liked him. He was really nice. And basically we were at Wendy's inside talking to him. And then that was about 10:30. And then we filed the police report. He got out information. And he said that he had just arrested this kid like a month prior for something I don't even remember. But we also saw this kid's criminal records, and I mean, wasn't looking good at all. We didn't know for sure that it was him, but we were like 99% sure it was him. And it was just like we thought we were done. We didn't want to screw around with it. Okay, go back home, go to bed. All right, so I wake up and I'm like determined. So I have in my wallet, I have this, you might have heard of them, I'll have it up on the screen, Tile. It's like this tracking device, and on my phone I have the app. So the thing is, it's not a GPS tracking thing. It is basically, if it's within 300 feet, I can ring the Tile, or if it's across the country and someone with the same app, like the Tile app, walks by my missing Tile within 300 feet, it'll send me that notification saying this is where your Tile is. So it's not like I could just check anywhere. So I was like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. I had soccer in the morning, so after soccer, I was determined to go in this neighborhood, this sketchy neighborhood, get my phone out and start walking around and trying to find this kid. And that's exactly what we did. Went to soccer, got back, and went right to where we knew this guy lived, and we just walked around with my phone in my hand, trying to get within 300 feet from my wallet, so I knew, and then we could get the police involved, but we still didn't want to screw around, but we ended up finding where he lived at, but we didn't do anything, because we didn't want to, we just went over, we didn't knock on the door, we didn't trespass of any sort, we just saw the house, and we were thinking we're going to keep going by, like, every now and then, and just check my thing, and if it pops up, then we know for sure, okay, my wallet's in there. We're allowed to get the police involved and let the police handle it and go in, get my stuff. But we went to the house and nothing showed up. The wallet wasn't in there. So we figured the kid had my wallet walking around. You just realized I bleeped that out. That's because I just said town, and I don't really want to even say that. Anyway, so we thought he was walking around town. So we drove around a little bit more. I'm thinking about the gift cards I had in there. He probably was going to use one of those. So I was I was thinking about the gift cards I had, and when we were looking for those places to go in, see if he was there, and couldn't find it. All right, so now it's a little bit later. We ended up going home, not worrying about it for now. Then about 6 hours later, we're thinking, okay, we don't have anything to do. We're going to go back up and look for it a little bit more. Right as we start talking about that, we're in the car and we're about to go up there. We get a call, and Jake jokes around, my brother, and he's like, oh, it's the police. Then he goes, wait, no, it is. Wait, I just said the town again. I bleeped that out, but whatever. He's like, it's the town's police. And then he was joking around, and he's like, wait, no, it actually is. Like, I recognize that number. So my dad quickly answers, and it's that same officer, and he says, I got good news and I got bad news. And at this point, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, he found some of my stuff. So I figured he found, I figured the kid who has my stuff would take my camera and take all the expensive stuff and throw everything else, like, in the train tracks. Ends up finding the two most important stuff. I didn't have that much cash in there, but I had a lot of gift cards and I had my camera. That's what was found. A bunch of gift cards and this camera with my GorillaPod on it. So I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I would have thought he would say, oh, yep, good news and bad news. We found your bag, but the only thing that was in it was your headphones and your sunglasses. But it ends up the opposite. I get the good stuff and not the bad stuff. So the kid was probably scared and just threw it off. So I'm like, this is awesome. So we meet the police at the police department, and we go in, and we're sitting in there with him, and we're sitting there for about 10 minutes. Then we go into the room with him. There's my camera sitting on the table and a bunch of gift cards, and I'm like, yes, like, I was so excited to see my camera. I was so excited that I was finally gonna have it back, and if I wanted to go make a video, I could, which I didn't end up being able to do. But I signed off that he gave it to me and everything. I got my camera, got my gift cards, went out. What it didn't have is my debit card in there, which wasn't in there. But the thing is, I only had like $7 on my debit card. So, and also you need a PIN to get through that. So I'm planning on tomorrow canceling that out. And I also realized he took a few, or apparently it was found under a trailer next to the woods. My camera and my gift cards was found under a trailer next to the woods. So I figured, I don't know how it got there, but a few of the gift cards were missing, and my debit card was missing. So that sucked, but not that much, because the card, I could just transfer my debit card. I could just go to the bank and have them transfer it to a different card, and they can cancel out that card. And hopefully they're good with that when I deal with that tomorrow. And I also had this Wawa gift card that I already dealt with. The one that was stolen, they put to a new card, which is awesome. So props to Wawa for that. So then I pretty much, the only thing that I really was pissed off that I was still missing was the bag itself was an expensive drawstring bag that I got that as a gift. And then the tile, the tracking device, I bought myself. And it's like that type of stuff that I was just pissed about, the stuff I worked hard to buy. So that I worked hard to buy. And then the only other thing was my actual wallet itself. So I figured I needed those three things to make pretty much, and then a couple of gift cards to make it pretty much perfectly better. So my dad was really nice and took me right to Walmart and got me a wallet so I could put all my gift cards. It was actually a much better wallet. This wallet right here, it has like a bunch more pockets, and I have my gift cards in there and whatnot. And it has like 2 different slots to put money in, and I have like free Wawa gift cards and whatever, coffee stuff. So that was awesome. My dad did that. And then my mom, right away, I told her I was going to buy myself another tile. And she said, I have Amazon Prime. Just send me the link and I'll buy it. And I'm like, thank you. So she's going to buy that pretty soon. So that now I'm already there. And then I called my grandpa, and he said, I'm going to see him Mother's Day, and he's going to try and get me a drawstring bag that is like a nice one so I can have almost everything back. It almost all turned out okay. The only thing is the kid still has maybe my wallet, which still has like my ID in there, which says like has my face and my school, which is kind of scary. Basically, I was really excited to have my camera back, and I was recording all that last night. We went to this pub, and I have some clips that I'll have in right now that I'll talk about. We were shooting pool. We're playing Jenga, this huge Jenga. We were playing foosball, and yeah, that was pretty much. I was so excited to have my camera back. I'll put in some clips that I do have. Also, I'm definitely going to put this clip in. This is the weird part. Right as I get my camera back, we're walking out of the police department. My brother says, check the SD card, see if there was any videos. There's a 1 second or maybe 2 second clip. I'll play it right now. Yeah, so it was literally just the ground, and then white shoes late at night. So that was like so creepy to me. I'm like, someone was walking away with it and opened it up and was so excited he had a new camera. But oh my god, somehow I got it back under the trailer. My new camera's coming tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this like story time that was really scary to me, and it was quite a adventure. I'm still hoping that someone walks by, like I said earlier, with the tile app, walks by my tile, so that it'll ring my phone up and say your tile was just seen right here, and I can go get that back. That would be awesome. If not, I guess it's not the end of the world. Hopefully this never happens again. Luckily I didn't have, if I lost more than like $50 in cash, I would have been freaking out, because I spent a lot of time. I have to pretty much hurry up this video because I have to go mow 2 lawns today, because I try to make a lot of money so I can put it into YouTube and make quality videos. Okay, I hope this video wasn't too long. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like. You should probably leave a like, because that was scary. It was very, very intense, and I am happy I have it all back, or almost all of it. And I'll keep you posted on if I ever get the tile and the wallet back in the bag. I really wish I could show you a picture of the guy, but I'm not going to do that. The picture, like I said, with the blunts, like it just shows this crazy guy. But anyway, I'll see you in my next video. Make sure you subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. Peace.